Hello, welcome. My name is Amanda, and today I'll be talking to you about how to use music theory in your beginning band classes. Specifically, I'm talking about 5th through 8th grade. On this PowerPoint, you see that we're talking about music theory. This is a great addition to any instrumental music class, and I usually like to set up a time appointment with my lab person at school and take them to the computer lab and use this great music theory website called musictheory.net. We will learn how to use this site and set up instructions for students to test their music theory skills. A really great website, as I was saying, is called musictheory.net. You can see it up here. This is where you come to, musictheory.net. You see home, lessons, exercises, tools, and contact. Right on home, you see we have lessons, exercises, and tools. For our purposes, I want to go right to exercises and click on that. Right here, you can see all the different exercises you have. We have note identification, key signature, generic interval, specific interval, chord identification, and so forth. For a best one to start with your beginning students is note identification. So we're going to click on that. Down here it says, would you like to customize your exercise? And I'm going to say yes, because for students, you want to make sure that you're using exactly the notes that they have learned. And if you don't customize, they'll have a lot of notes that they haven't learned. Which clef should your exercise use? You can have treble clef, bass clef, alto clef, tenor clef. You can have a multiple of clefs. You can do all of them, or you can just do one. And what I want to do today is just work on our treble clef. In what range should the notes appear? Okay, down here you see that. You have all these different ranges that are already made for you, but I really suggest do a custom range. What custom range should be used for the treble clef? Well, I would say for my 6th grade students, they only know 5 notes. So this range would be too big for those students. So I'm going to kind of go to a C, which is one of the first 5 notes that they learned, and a G. So they're only even focusing on 5 notes and getting really good at that. What key signatures should your exercise use? And honestly, with beginning 6th grade students, when you take them, make sure that you unclick all these key signatures, because they may not have used very many key signatures, and they'll get a note wrong. If you have, say they have a B flat on it, and a B comes up and they just push B, well, really, it should be B flat, and they may get that wrong. So for now, let's not click that. Should accidentals be used? And I'm going to say no, since this is for our beginning students. So now I'm going to start exercise. Okay, so you see your treble clef and your note. You get to click on whatever note you think it is. And this one's a D. Okay, and this one is a G. Right here we have E, F, C, G, D, and so forth. Okay, so say your students were doing a pretty good job. We've gotten 100%. And we may want to change some of it. So we'll go back to exercises, and then we can kind of change our range. In the 6th grade, students learn probably up to high C to low C. And we could even change that low C to a low G if we're talking about our clarinet players. And then say maybe we do want to add a key signature. We're going to add B flats in a key signature. And we're going to see how they do. Still, I'm not going to use any accidentals. So let's start exercise now. Alright, so we have a low A. We have, you see the key signature has come into play, but it doesn't affect, that's a G. Another G. C. We have another low A. Now this one's going to affect. This is a B. And we have a flat in our key signature, so we'll make sure we put B flat. And that's what can be tricky to your students sometimes. And actually you can even individualize this for each of your students. Say that your student is special needs. Well, you can, change your range to only 1 or 2 notes. And I think it really helps for them to see them and be able to identify the different notes. Let's go back to exercises. I think you've seen enough of the note identification. Let's go for maybe your 8th graders, key signature identification. Okay, let's customize again. Let's use treble clef again. But let's add some more key signatures. Usually middle school, you want to try to get all your students, at a minimum, honestly, up to 3 sharps and 3 flats. Let's just use major keys. Okay, not to confuse. Let's just focus on major key signatures. And let's start our exercise. Okay, so right now you have B flat and E flat. That's going to be B flat. Okay, we have nothing, key of C. 1 sharp, okay, that's the key of G. We have 2 flats, again, that's the key of B flat. 3 sharps, key of A. Okay, 1 sharp, again, key of G. We have 3 sharps, key of A. We have 2 sharps, key of D. And so forth, okay. Then you can see all the different exercises there. Go back to exercises, and you can do even interval, which definitely intervals gets into more high school stuff. Definitely like higher music theory, but you could also use that for this. But for the basics, I think that you basically have the basics of this, and it's a really great way to take your students into the lab and learn and actually recall the different notes, because sometimes that's the hardest thing for beginning students is just knowing their notes. We've got different lessons, staffs, clefs that you can go to, and they go through all of like the basic main stuff that students would need to know at the beginning of the year. So this could be something else that you'd like to use in your class. They talk about the basic staff, how many lines the staff has. Every line or space represents stuff on the keyboard. So I think it's very instructive and something that you could definitely use in your classroom. That would be good. So I hope this is informative, and I hope you'll give musictheory.net a chance. Thanks so much. Bye.